Hey everybody, welcome back to Doc Loyal Talks Comics. This is part 3 of what makes a hero. And I've got a really beat up copy of Amazing Spider-Man number 33, the final chapter. And I've also got a card here. This is the card from Nene's Comics. It's out here in Millington, Tennessee at Abandoned Antiques. So if you get a chance, if you're local, stop in, say hi to Frank, and give him some business. Okay, so what we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about what makes a hero. And we're going to talk about finding hope in those hopeless situations. And I don't know if you've ever heard of this issue or not, but this is by Stan Lee and Steve Ditko, and it's in rough shape, but it will get the point across. Aunt May is dying. There's a serum that Spider-Man has to get from the master planner, who ends up being Dr. Octopus. And as you go through here, it shows that he's been captured and this heavy machinery is set on top of him. It's so heavy that he doesn't ever think that he'll be able to get out of this situation. And the layer is underwater, and so it's filling with water. It looks like a death trap. It doesn't look like he's going to get out of it. But as you go through the pages, you see the struggle that Spidey has to contend with. And he remembers the lessons that he was taught by his aunt and uncle to never give up and never surrender. And through that struggle, panel by panel, you see him overcome. You see him become the character that you know. You see him become a hero. So he says, within my body is the strength of many men. I've got to call on all that power to lift this heavy weight off of my shoulders. The weight is unbearable and every muscle aches. He's starting to pass out with the strain of lifting this heavy machinery off of himself. And then you get to this page here in this panel, and it's showing that he's starting to lift, and he's got it up on his shoulders. He said, it's moving, I can't stop now. Just got to keep the momentum just a little more. And right there, it shows that he lifts the heavy piece of machinery off of his back. We all have struggles that we go through each and every day, whether it be money struggles, struggles with your relationships, struggles with your parents, whatever the struggles or wherever the struggles may come. You have to learn how to overcome those things. And as you overcome them, you become stronger and you become more complete. You know who you are as a person. It helps you build character. It helps you build yourself into that person that you want to be. So that's one specific example, and that's Amazing Spider-Man 33 by Stan Lee and Steve Ditko. And yes, it's not the final chapter. It's not the final issue of Amazing Spider-Man, as we all know. And he does get the serum to Aunt May, and she lives for many, many, many more decades. I'm going to put this over here for right now. And the second issue that I wanted to talk about, give me just a moment, is this issue of Captain America by John May Ryber and John Cassidy. And this is Captain America number 1. It came out not too very long after September 11th happened to the world, and just twisted everything inside out. So this is a story about Captain America. And towards the beginning, it shows him digging through the rubble, and it's just smoke and destruction, and everything's falling apart. He says, how could this happen here? We've got to be strong, stronger than we've ever been. If we lose hope here and bury our faith in this darkness, then nothing else matters. And it shows very clearly the remains of the two towers. And I work with my patients, and I explain to them how important hope is. Hope is the idea that tomorrow is going to be better than today. And without hope, you don't want to get out of bed. You don't want to move. You don't want to enjoy what life has to offer. Instead, you simply exist. But through this issue, it shows his resolve, and it shows his strength. He said, this time, let it not be too late. And unfortunately, it was. The person that he was trying to save, he was too late to save them. And it shows another couple of powerful pages in black and white of him at the Twin Towers as they have fallen. So as you go through here, as you read this issue, it rebuilds and shows the strength that people have. Excuse the background noise, guys. I'm over at Frank's and they've got business going on, so pardon me. But look at the ad for Spider-Man. But you see Cap's resolve, you see his strength, you see his never say die attitude, and that is part of what makes somebody a hero. Getting up, standing up when you just want to lay down, falling but getting back up. And it's really not about how many times you fall, it's about how many times you rise again. So as you go through each and every day, don't only just be grateful for what you have, but also think about what makes you a hero. What is it that makes you special? What is it that makes you different than anybody else that's out there? What gifts do you have? What lessons can you teach to somebody else by standing tall and being that hero for yourself, for your family members? Who is it that is waiting for you to step up in life? Who is it that is waiting to build upon your success and be there with you as you succeed, as you grow, as you become everything that you can be? And isn't that why we read superhero comics? To try to find out more about who, what, when, where, and why of how we can be better versions of ourselves? I would think so. That's why I've always read for years. I related to Peter Parker. I was also a kid with glasses and braces that got picked on somewhat in school. And as I got older, I realized humor can deflect some of that. And it also puts it back on the other person. Anyway, to get off of that, just make sure that you always remember your heroes and you always thank your heroes. And then you try to emulate them in everything positive that can be emulated. Because that's how comic books have survived all these years. That's how all of this has survived. That's how society grows and thrives, is through that sense of, I'm not going to give up just because it got difficult. I'm not going to stop just because it's hard. Instead, push through those barriers. Push through and find a better way. Find a way that helps you figure out exactly who you are. So let me know what books you read and what inspires you, what brings you to the next level when you're collecting, when you're reading, when you're stashing them away and you don't read them, but you love the art. Go ahead and pop it down in the comments section and let me know what kind of books you read and what kind of books and what kind of heroes or villains give you strength and hope in life and give you that ability to push forward in our favorite medium and find new books all the time, because that's what happens, is that you finish one series and you pick up another one. Why? Because you like the character, you like the premise, you like the story. whatever it is about these stories, they bring out the best in us. And they strive to teach us how to be better people. So, thank you for watching. Please give me a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I've got at least one more set in this particular series. I'm not going to do it today. I've got another video in mind. But I really hope that you guys are enjoying these videos, and I can't wait to see you in the next one.